Good morning, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League members. It is I, James L. Siggers, coming to you at the prompt hour of 6:45 a.m. for the first edition, official edition of the 2024 Commissioner's Corner podcast. Week 1 is in the books. We had some huge performances. Tons of people scored over 100 points. We had some lackluster owners who didn't submit lineups. More on that in the randomizer section. We're going to go over it all. No intro. Hopefully, from today, we're doing this one early because I have to work all day on a Tuesday, which is weird, but I'm covering for somebody. But hopefully next week we will be in the afternoon slot and we'll be able to actually have guests. We don't know what's going on, but right now we're going to get to it because it's 6:45 and I have to work at 8. There's a lot to go over. So we're going to start off with our bottom 10. Yes, our bottom 10, folks. We're going to see. Let me just turn that down just a little bit. There we go. That should be better now, hopefully. We're going to start with our bottom 10. I still picked up a little bit, so whatever. We'll get it going here in a second. It's the first week. You know, we got to work out some kinks. We got to work out some kinks. That's all I got to say. So anyway, bottom 10. Here we go. Like I said, gotta get it. Gotta get some of the kinks worked out. It's the first one. Here we go. All right. So we're going to start with the worst team in the league, folks, is a legendary owner. The 100th spot in the league is none other than Tony Cromwell's Play with Mike Ditka. He is indeed a loser. He lost hardcore. Not only did he lose, he scored only 35.07 points. Number 99, welcome to the league, Stinky Fingers, who is Golden Kroger. We don't know how to say your last name, but we're going with Kroger. Could have used some fresh produce to improve his team's performance this week, as he scored 40.87 points, second to worst in the league. Bleeding Blue Bombers, 44.4 points. The Dragliners, I'm going to forgive me because people are going to be... I'm going to forget who some of these names are because it's New Year. Some people change their names. So, number 97 is the Dragliners, who I believe is Kevin Wilson. He's not a new owner. He might even have his team be that, but that's shows you're not super relevant when I don't remember your name. But there's 100 teams, so come on. Not everybody can be super relevant. Number 96. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The number 96 team in the league is the Apache Chiefs? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're gonna get the tomahawk chop only because I feel bad for it. Every time I say the Apache Chiefs, you know you're getting that tomahawk chop. So, you know it's coming. Gotta say it. The Apache Chiefs, 96 team in the league, 44.59. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. He was still depressed over the up north trip. You're in trouble. Holy smokes, last year's defending champion. We got some power players in this bottom 10. Low-hanging fruit, Brady's Balls. Thank you for actually keeping your name and not changing it to something to do with the Hawk Tua girl. You know, I mean, because that is, it's something, there's a lot of people in fantasy football switch everything to Hawk Tua. Funny, very original. Your Mother Likes My Defense, another former champion in the bottom 10. And then Cot Jockeys, a.k.a. Michael Carl. Welcome to the league. 2 new owners in the bottom 10. So that means we're going to get to our top 20. Top 20, another customer of mine, James St. Germain, still owes me money for the squares, but nevertheless, he's in there at number 20. Number 19, Team Bednarski was fucking randomized and still makes it into the top 20. Not proud of anyone who was randomized. I reached out to everyone, and they all knew. They all felt shame. I was going to get one of those little dog cones to have him wear around this week, but I couldn't enforce it. Number 18, Whispering Eyes. Number 17, Richard Perez, former champion. We can't. Oh man, I gotta get a better system here because I had something set up for this guy. But we can't get him to change his team name, but he can still submit a lineup pretty well, and scores 91.1 points. So that's pretty good, I would say. I swear I put this on here, but never mind. There it is. Richard Perez gets up there, 91 point. Velada, Vincent Velada. 91.46, number 16. Better bring your A game, Rob Jazerski. went through my iPhone 16 calls, and apparently him and Andrea left Verizon, so F that, but good job for you. Hurt so good, come on baby. Parker Dalton in the top 20, I believe for the first time ever. Golf and Balls, 13. Puka Nakua Matata lost in the finals last year, right back at it with 95.36 points. My Providence Power, led primarily by Saquon Barkley, who I thought would get injured early in the year, as well as Baker Mayfield, up to number 9. Then the top 10, Golfing with Laporta. This is the incomparable Bob Ames, changed his name from whatever it was last year to this. 99% luck, 1% heart. Rocky Keeling pounded my wife worse than I did last night. I promise you. 99.69 points, and my wife scored like 51 points. Duck Crush, 100.54. Barry McCockner. That is Larry Weinberg. Changed his name. Don't like when people change their name. I like to have consistency. It's way easier for that stuff. But nevertheless, I looked it up. That is Larry Weinberg. Number 6, $75 million man. That is Craig Monahan, showing that there's more than one Monahan in this league that is worth a damn, as he punished his opponent 103.04 points, while his wife not in the discussion so far. She's normally in the final 4 though. Number 5, Hitting Rugs. I always forget which brother that is. Let me find out here. Oh shit, that's Mason Bradley. That is Maddie Bradley's brother. Looks like I'm lagging. I have like a million operations things. I gotta get a new computer. It will happen this year, I promise. That means we're in the top 5 Hitting Rugs there. Obviously Mason Bradley. I knew that the whole time. The Nam Tab Knights, Mike Myers. What happens, Mike? You usually have 2 teams. Now you only have 1 team. I think last year it took you like 10 weeks to get your first win. This week, in number 4 spot after 1 week. Number 3 is DeMar Hamlin's booster shot. I mean, you know what that is. We don't, I think we're pretty much over the DeMar Hamlin stuff, but the mainstream media makes everything seem like everything's got to be about DeMar Hamlin. If they would just stop talking about that.
That would be an amazing thing if that happened.
That would be an amazing thing if that happened. And then finally, the number 2 team in the nation is the Wyans. Gary King, legendary owner, always in the playoffs. So congratulations to Gary King. Put up 119 points in week 1, which is incredible. That means the number 1 team in the nation, I believe for the first time in his career, of course he hasn't been here most of the years, he just came back last year, is Dollar Bills, y'all. Get the money, dollar bill, y'all. That's right, Joel Bills is back and better than ever. First time he's ever been number 1, probably the first time he's ever scored 100 points. Put up potentially an all-time week 1 record. I have to look it up. I don't have that much time. 121.94 points. Holy smokes. That is incredible. So, congratulations to the top 20. Not so much to the bottom 10. I am chopping pretty bad. Nevertheless, it's time for the slowest 8-ish minutes in football, which means, here we go. Oh my God. All right. Let's hope this isn't too loud. Hope it doesn't sound terrible. All right, here we go. Week 1 matchups. The Mad Scientist. Wait, I don't want this. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. The Mad Scientist over Hurt So Good. Shit. This is not how I wanted this to go. 1 second. Pausing. All right, everybody. Sorry about that. I forgot what it was called, apparently, as it is actually fantasy recaps, not weekly results. So it's fine. We're good. Now we're going to start the slowest 8-ish minutes, and now it's actually about 8.5 minutes, maybe even longer than that. We don't know. Here we go. In the game of the week, a 68.7 to 67.48 heartbreaker as Roger Brewer's Muckers defeats the Sag Nasty's Notch Above Top Notch by less, well, I guess a little bit more than a point. I'm trying to do math quick here. It's not hard. Anyway, led by Mike Evans and his 17.65 points. The Bengals let them both down, nevertheless. Then, of course, we have the Hurt So Good Parker Dalton making up to number 14, defeating the Mad Scientist Justin Redding, 94.39 to 84.25, led by Josh Allen, 24.59 points. Josh Allen again here as Rocky Keeling pounded Malcolm Rodriguez in the middle of my thighs, 99.55. Then Javier started Josh Allen, looks like. This is the Wyans, put up 119 points over Joe Buck yourself. Jordan Craig puts up 94.78 points in a losing effort in week 1. Unfortunately, they had very similar lineups, actually, it looks like. Baker Mayfield couldn't help him. And we got Will Lutz. I don't know why he's on here. I mean, I guess he was the highest scoring player on the team for Moose Knuckles, who scores 41.49 points. Keith Dowdy, back after 10-year hiatus, comes back and decides that he's still scoring points like it's 1920, and 41.49 points. Will Lutz is your high-scoring player. Then, of course, we have Honolulu Blue Skies, Paul Brown, one of the many Honolulu Blue teams. I think some of them changed their name, thankfully. Over former champion FarmersOnly.com, Matt Farmer, 79.19. It's Baker Mayfield. He looks like a prison mug shot, but there he is. Will's Wranglers, another guy who's been on a hiatus for a while. Chris Boswell, 83.41 over Youth Thielen, Lucky Punk, Brian David, 60.88. Then we have Concussion Protocol, 75.8. OJ Eldorado taking over, hanging with Mr. Hernandez. OJ and Hernandez, a couple of former NFL players who may or may not have killed people. Then we have Show Me Them TDs, Chad Liege over Vic in a Box, 67.47. Stephon Diggs doesn't look happy. Another Josh Allen as Bracy, I don't like your leg bouncing Trudell, comes to the Lions party, leaves at halftime-ish or something like that. I don't know, he had something going on, but he almost doubles up the dragliners. Kevin Wilson, that's why you're at the bottom of the pack, but we love you anyway. Then the Providence Power, led by, I already mentioned this, beat up Granny's baloney curtains pretty bad. Those baloney curtains are looking extra rough. Cody Provost gets beat down by the Providence Power. And here we go. We're not even close done with this thing. Up next, we have Ryan Frazier beating Alan Harvey 63-51, led by Connie Fairbairn's performance. Love when your kicker's your high scorer. Team Bednarski was randomized and beat up death by 1,000 points. Punts randomized week 1 is a crapshoot because there's no limit as to who you can start, which is a problem. Freddie versus Jason. Still don't understand this name. He said he was going to change it. He did not. Jeff Arbogast, 80.58 over Jeremy Orr, rather. Kakambas didn't put up a high score this week. And then we have Josh Crampton, who's down to one team, taking over Football as Life, which, of course, is Tom Farmer, 66. Puka Nakua Matata sticks it in you, 95-61. Stuck it in you anyway. Then the Lakers were also randomized. Ketchum and Moster, Alex Erickson. He got married. His honeymoon was beating up a randomized team by 8 points. Not much of a honeymoon, but nevertheless. And then the double G spot. Gary Grant finally has a team of his own for the whole season. Can he put up a win? No, he cannot. James St. Germain defeats him 87-58. Young Bubba's players taking on All Too Well. Thank you for not putting Hawk in your name, Stephanie Bradley. You beat up Young Bubba's players. You beat up a child. Congratulations. Stinky Fingers got blown out-ish by this Craig Kissel sewer bomb, 66-40. Not a lot of excitement there. And then a lot put up 91 over Mick DeBoe's Fly Eagles Fly. He was giving me shit about Jared Goff. Well, you know, it is what it is. Who the hell is there? Jake Moody, their high score, 24 points. He has a very small head. And we've got Chop It Off, you know the rest, taking on Hernandez Hitman. Didn't we already have Hernandez Hitman game? What the heck? I swear, there must be two different Hernandezes. 56.52, 65.09. Cooper Kupp leading the team. God, just cover that man. I don't know why Alex Anzalone was covering half the game. Next up, we have Better Bring Your A Game, taking on Strong Street Soldiers. Eric Minturn, former champion, couldn't bring his A game to defeat Rob Jazerski. Let's go here. Sorry, still getting some kinks worked out. Why is my computer so slow? Oh my goodness, what is my problem? Here we go. Now we have Barry McCockner beating Mullen Incorporated, put up 99.49 points and lost thanks to Saquon Barkley. Gus Edwards didn't really help you out much, 1.9. Neither did Evan Ingram. That's a tough loss in week 1, scored 99 points. Cheechke's back. Nick Harris, 88.14, beating Bleeding Blue Bombers. Pat Provost Sr. doubled them up, 88-44. And then we have Prime Time losing to Jordan Love Story, whatever. Bonnie Monahan did win. She just wasn't in the top 10, so it is what it is. And then, of course, we have BVC Brad Van Camp taking on Low Hanging Fruit, 82-46. We have the Hitman losing to Just Here So I Don't Get Fined. Paul, Smile For Me Daddy, Wanna See Your Grill, Wall and Wine, 78-64, good game. Coming from behind. Can't even hear it right now, but nevertheless, coming from behind, 75.61 over, Give Me 2 for the road. David Dalton losing. Oh, Balls Deep, which is John Gillette back after a several-year hiatus, taking on Nibble on My Gibbs, Cough on My Goff. John Zemer wins 71.75 to 56.17. Double C's, Cody Cole couldn't get his wife to submit a lineup, but he could put it in a lineup of his own. That won over True Blue Wrecking Crew, Roger Brewer, 81-71. Then we have My Balls Eckerts, Don Knapp back in the winning column, knocking down the Apache Chiefs 66-44. The Clockwork Elves, 56.58 over Brady's Balls, led by Rashad White. Golfing with Laporta over Cloacal Kiss, 98-92. Tough loss for Matty Bradley there. The Donkey Punchers beating up CJ Gardner Johnson, Josh Harris. 69-61. We have Dollar Bills, y'all, beating up the Cot Jockeys pretty bad, 121-53. Welcome to the league, Michael Carl. Do You Even Swift Bro could not put up enough to beat Golf and Balls, number 13, Christopher Russell, 94-66. Then we have The Nuts, Jamie Phelps / Trudell. I said / Brace Trudell. It's really Jamie Phelps' team. I should probably update that. Could not beat up Two Girlies, One Cup, Austin O'Neill with a win. Then we have DeMar Hamlin's booster shot over Digger Phelps, 108-90. Tough loss for Digger Phelps. $75 million man, 103 over You're in Trouble. Kyle Stoker, fresh off his MUSL championship last year, starts the season off 0-1, unfortunately. Squadros could not beat up Richard Perez. He wanted to build a wall. He couldn't. I can't even get my sound clips going because there's so many games to go over. Aiken for a ship, put up 98 points and lost to Dick Crush. This should have been the game of the week. 100.54 to 98.24. They just put them in random order, I swear. Nasty Nutri over Dustin Hanson, Steel City Sackers, 81-64. Password is Taco, another former champion, gets beat by Rob Gork, 69-64. We got to be getting close to the end. Kennedy's Remedy was randomized, put up 80 points, which is good, but not good enough to beat Nantam Knights, 107-80. The Black Hole loses to Baby Back Gibbs. Stephen Gurgley, welcome to the league. He's 1-0. Whispering Eyes, Jason Taylor over Elevator Music, Bobby Wood, 90-74. We have to be getting close to the end. And then Mama G out of retirement puts up 96 points, but loses to Hit and Rugs, 105.03. Mason Bradley's in number 5 now. Look at this game, though. Super Original over Garrity's Gigolos. Tough week for the Garrity family. Two of them lost by just a few points. As Paul Smith over Steve Garrity, 87-88, or 89-87. Swine Flu, Mike Kaminsky, the Kaminsky Method, welcome to the league. He's a new owner over fellow new owner Manny Flores, 57.71 to 69. That is your weekly recap. It only took about 18 minutes. Well, I'm 18 minutes in so far. So that's that. We're going to look at the randomizers real quick just so we know who they are so we can point them out in public and shame them. I think we had a fifth one. I was really busy as the thing got started, but I know for a fact the Lakers, Team Bednarski, Kennedy's Remedy, and Sticks It In Ya. Derek Gregory, longtime owner, he knew I would be ashamed. I reached out to him, and yep, he I don't know what his excuse was. There is no excuse. I put out 5 straight days of get into the thing, make sure your lineup's in. You just don't pay attention. Now the Lakers, man, they don't use Facebook, so they didn't see half of that shit. But still, not your first year. Bednarski and Kennedy's Remedy, their first year, they didn't reach out. They don't care. They one of them actually won via randomizer, which is terrible. So I'm going to go over something real quick here just so you can see. I'm not going to go in depth because these podcasts are too long as it is. But for new owners, if the site is an abomination, I get that. But if you go to scores and you go to... oh, God, did they freaking mess this up? Okay, you're going to go to player research. There should be a thing called starter point somewhere. I don't see where the hell it is. Oh, boy. Shit, we're going to have to probably go to league all reports now. I don't know why they changed things on this damn thing. But if you go to starter points here, position. Nope, that is not correct. God, why the hell they changed this shit? Starter points, player? Just by player. It's very easy to sort. Yeah, super easy to do. This will show you who scored the most points so far. We're going to look at quarterbacks, and we're going to see who started who. Quarterback. I'm only going to do quarterback and running backs. Baker Mayfield was started by 16 people. Josh, as we saw, his face was everywhere in that thing. Josh Allen by 11. Anthony Richardson, 7. C.J. Stroud and Tua, 9. As well as Joe Burrow started by 9 people. That was a waste. Scored 4 points. What a joke. And then we go to running backs. And again, this will show you how many people started them and how many points they scored. Alvin Kamara, myself included, 22 people, so almost a quarter of the league started him. Kenneth Walker and Rashad White, 16, and then Aaron Jones, 11. So that's that. We're going to go to the conference look here real quick. We're actually not doing too bad on time. 21 minutes is not too bad. We have not hardly used any soundboards yet, unfortunately, because I'm used to it, Let's go here. This is our conference look. Again, for the first time in many, many years, we actually had out-of-conference games this week. So we've normally just 11 weeks straight conference play. This week, the first 2 are out of conferences. So you can see what conferences are doing better than others. For example, the Jeff Lebowski Conference, led by Will's Wranglers, is not even ranked. So they have 0 ranked teams in this. And by the way, in case you're wondering if you're new, rank is just your number of wins. And then sorted by points. That's all it is. It has no real significance, but it's nice to see when you look at the matchups who's playing who. Nevertheless, they went 4-6 this week. And they probably played this conference. Kirk Lazarus went 6-4 this week, led by number 2, number 9, number 14, and suck it barely out of the runnings there. So congratulations. Puka Nacua Matata in the Ron Burgundy Conference, they also went 6-4 this week. Number 12 and number 20 representing. Also Young Bubba's players down there. Jeff Spicoli, they went 4-6, but they have number 11 and number 19, as well as all too well and Tallywhackers who won. Frank Drebin Conference went 6-4 as well. Number 15, number 16. Prime time down at the bottom. Barry McCockner, they went 4-6 in the Brody Bruce Conference. They're the only ranked team coming from behind.
Do not come. Do not come. Do not come.
Okay, well, Miss Vice President, we will try not to. Coming from behind did, in fact, come up and...
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Oh, my God. Spoiler alert. We did it. We did it, Joe. There we go.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
That is right. Joel Bills. She doesn't know his name. Thought it was Joe. It's Joel. They did it, number 1 overall team, and they went 7-3. So DeMar Hamlin and $75 Million Man and Goffin Laporta all ranked, and they're all singing the praise of that. Yes, indeed, they did it. They beat the hell out of the next conference, which would be Napoleon Dynamite, who only went 3-7, led behind Goff and Balls, number 13, Christopher Russell. Although Will Green and Cody Colt contributed to wins there. Congratulations to Roger Brewer, Ben Hester, and Josh Harris for not winning. You could have went 10-0, but you didn't. And then another conference that got manhandled would be the Tommy Callahan Conference, but number 4, Nantab Knights, pretty good performance. Michael Myers only has 1 team to worry about, and he won handedly, along with Paul Smith and Sarah Krasansky, but the rest of that conference lost to the Lloyd Christmas Conference, meaning that they went 7-3, number 5, 8, 17, and 18, all in this conference, as well as Baby Back Gibbs, who is Stephen Gurgley, who barely missed the top 20, and Ghetto Heisman and Swine Flu. So that's that. We're going to look ahead to our Week 2 preview. We're at 24 minutes. We're not too bad. Week 2 preview. Here we go. Come on. Yeah! There we go. Week 2 preview. I'm looking at the big matchups, which are the ranked teams here only. I'm sorry if you're not ranked, you don't get a shout out here. But number 7, Barry McCockner. That is Larry Weinberg, 1-0, taking on the 1-0 unranked but leading the conference Moose Knuckles. Big game. Don't be fooled that Moose Knuckles is not ranked, okay? Because that is something being leading the conference. We have Parker Dalton. Put up 94 points, taking on True Blue Record, who they're 0-1, put up 71. Roger Brewer needs to get that win so he can get back on back on pace. This is a big game. Number 9, 99% luck, 1% heart, taking on My Balzac Ertz, who is 1-0. Also, DeWyans, number 2, taking on Clockwork Elves, both 1-0 teams. Golfing with Laporta, taking on the number 100 ranked Play with Mike Ditka. But, again, that doesn't mean anything. Tony Cromwell could come back and just lay the wood to you because he has, obviously didn't use anybody last week. FarmersOnly.com, Matt Farmer, former champion who lost 0-1, taking on the number 1 team in the nation, Dollar Bills, y'all. I don't even know where that sound clip is. There it is. I gotta get a better system. I keep saying it every year and I never do. Show me them TDs. 1-0, Chad Leach taking on DeMar Hamlin's booster shot number 3. And then we have a big game here as Suckett. Bracy Trudell takes on number 6, $75 million man. So that's going to be big. Puka Nacua Matata taking on Cot Jockey's Michael Carl, who got, beat pretty bad last week. So that's not a great start to the season for him, playing 2 of the best teams. Ketchup and Mostert, Alex Erickson. They're 1-0, taking on Golf and Ball, so that's a big game. The Nuts taking on the Patriots. Providence Power taking on Squadrolls. How did this happen? That is me versus my dad. We're not in the same conference, but we're playing each other this week, which is wild. Team Bednarski, number 19, hopefully submit a lineup this week, taking on Nasty Nutria, 1-0. Josh Crampton taking on Mike Myers in a battle of 2 owners that used to have 2 teams and were forced to go down to 1 team each. Both undefeated, both playing each other. That's a big game. And then we have what is probably our game of the week. Where's it at? Here it is. The game of the week! I don't care if there's a better game coming down because you don't get any better than number 16, Vincent Villada, taking on number 17, Richard Perez. 2 ranked teams, week 2, both 1-0, obviously. This is probably the only matchup of ranked teams. And if there's a better game down here, I apologize, but I don't think there is. This we're calling the game of the week, 16 versus 17. Then we have Provost. Pat Provost taking on number 8 to Crush. Rob Jazerski, number 15, Better Bring Your A game, taking on Steel City Sackers. And then BVC, 1-0, taking on Whispering Eyes, 1-0. And another big game here, just here so I don't get fined. Paul Wallowine, always in the playoffs, taking on Hittin' Rugs, Mason Bradley. Those are your week 2 previews. One other thing, well, 2 other things I want to talk about here. The NFL Pick'em, I put it in Facebook a couple times. If you're still watching this podcast, it means you actually care about this league. Some people don't watch podcasts. Most people do, thankfully. Otherwise, I wouldn't waste my time because it takes a lot of energy to do this shit, especially at 5 in the morning. But if you go to League, and then you go down to NFL Pool Results, this is the NFL Pick'em. Okay, this is a new thing we're putting in this year. If you miss 1 week, not a big deal. These people are not going to commit every single week. I guarantee you people miss a week. So if you miss 1 week and you say, hey, you know what, I'm going to do it from here on out, you'll be fine. A lot of people didn't do this. And then somehow 2 people picked 1 game only. I'm not sure how that works, but still, a lot of zeros on this board. You have a shot. 2 girlies, 1 cup. Austin O'Neill leads. Jamie Phelps second, Whispering Eyes, Suck It, and then Providence Power, You're in Trouble, all there. If you win this at the end of the year, you will get free entry into the next year. This is another thing to do, okay? Another thing to do for fun. My God, I'm lagging. But hopefully this audio is fine. So basically, you click here, and then you hit NFL Pool Picks, and that'll bring you to this week's picks, hopefully, eventually. I'm pretty sure... There it is. Then this is straight up. This is not spread. This is just straight up who's winning. So very easy, simple. And the last thing we're going to talk about is our Super Squares, which this week was won by Mike Myers. Oh my God, my computer is slow. Oh, I can't take it. I'm buying a new one this week. It's happening, folks. It's happening. Look at this. I hit this damn thing like 20 minutes ago. Of course, I do have a million windows open. Mike Myers, category was most points, and somehow the New Orleans Saints, which is supposed to be a bad category square, they put up the most points, putting up 47 points against the hapless Carolina Panthers, and the Buffalo Bills scored 34 points. So Mike Myers wins his $42. He's already made his money back week 1. Nothing but profit from here. So congratulations to you. Guys, get your lineups in on time. If you have problems, let me know. That's what I'm here for. I'm working all day today, but after that, I get out early every day, I think, except for maybe Friday, maybe. iPhone 16 gets pre-order start Friday, so I might be there late. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for joining me. 30 minutes, not bad for a week 1 recap with all the stuff. We didn't go over some stuff, but we'll do it next week. And hopefully next week, we'll have a guest. We'll be in a better, different area. Maybe still here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, have a great day. We'll talk to you later.